All? Yeah. I'll
Okay.
check. Snorlax and Eevee. The Pokemon Center Tohoku box is present. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening everyone. Welcome back in our channel. Mad Corner here. And for this episode, we are still roaming around Nagoya, Japan. In terms of our channel health or what works for our channel, watch videos are more prominent compared to what we normally do. And in totality of Mad Corner, the idea of it is for us to have the items that you can buy to add in your man cave. That's why we have a corner word in our channel. There's a good chance that in your place, you have a very good space for your stuff. Whether it will be in the form of a watch, shoes, anime toys, resin statues, NBA cards, gaming consoles, and everything in between. And one culture that we have been active about would be the Pokemon TCG. I rarely add this in our content because most of the time it doesn't work. But because of its attachment to my childhood, I cannot deny that I need to add this here. Just in case you saw the previous episodes before, I only buy Gengar cards. I'll put the link on the description box down below on where I've discussed how come Gengar is the only target. To make things short, when I was a kid, I played the red, blue, and green version in Game Boy. And I have a Game Boy link where I can trade some Pokemons. So by the time that I was at 149, I was trading my Hunter to my main game to complete the 150, and unfortunately, there was an error, and as a kid, that kind of upsets me and stopped playing the Pokemon game. Hence, I only ended up capturing 149 out of 150. Now that we are a responsible adult, I ended up buying some Gengar cards. Nothing crazy, but still, there's a meaning to it. And I'm buying some of its cards without any investment purposes. But I always make sure that it sticks within the budget. With that being said, I ended up doing my own research and filtered a bit of a list when it comes to Pokemon card shops here in Nagoya, Japan. And huge shout out to these content creators who shared some of the locations of these stores. We will check the unconventional stores like the first one. It's called Dice Roll, and based on their reviews, it seems like they are quite good when it comes to the vintage Pokemon cards. And hopefully we can score some in our first ever visit here in Dice Roll. The store place is quite sketchy. It's right after this Super Kids Land. Alright, and then you will find this Akamon building and just go upstairs and you'll definitely find it at the 3rd floor. If we can get our hands with a vintage Gengar card, the better. I don't care if it's a Cardass or old made, that's totally fine with me as long as it has a good price tag. This is the 3rd floor, very small shop. You'll find the magic banner here and it says Dice Roll Delight. Let's go inside. Unfortunately for our experience, Dice Roll was a bit of a letdown. It seems like the items or the products that they have are quite filtered. No more Gengar cards. They have a wall of vintage cards, but it seems like most of them has been purchased already and there are no refills as of now. So we have to pick up from what is left. We have scanned to the single bins, no luck. I even asked the staff if they have some Gengar cards remaining. Unfortunately, nothing. So that is our experience here at Dice Roll. I'm not saying it's bad, it just so happened that the Pokemon that I wanted to buy is not here. But the good thing that happened there is that I am the only customer, so I had a good spacious time of browsing on all of the cards that they have. Also, Dice Roll has a good number of Charizards, Eevees, Umbreons, and Pikachus. Why is it so hard to find a Gengar lately? Anyway, our next stop is Toreka Camp. So far, it is one of the best rated Pokemon card shops here in Nagoya. And hopefully, we are going to have a positive experience. I'm actually quite skeptic about it because Toreka Camp has a buzz on its own. So I have this feeling that the items that they have are filtered already. But let's see, who knows? We finally made it here in our second destination. It's none other than Toreka Camp. We can find it at the 4th floor of Korita building. I'll put the details on the description box down below, and you can see it. And you can see here Toreka Camp 4th floor. Let's go. Some signed Pokemon cards as you enter. I think these are personalities from the hobby, and I have no idea who they are. This is actually dope. They have the 2015 World Championships for 19,800, and then the World Championships 2025 Pikachu for 6,980 yen. I'll be upfront here. I cannot identify if it's a good deal or not because all I know would be some Gengar cards. Aside from that Pokemon, I have no idea anymore unless I'll search one by one. This is quite popular, the promo card for 22,800 yen. And they also have more over here. Slabs are also present here, the very popular Umbreon VMAX. PSA 10 for how much? 500,000 yen. They have a Gengar there, but obviously it's way out of our budget. It's a PSA 10 for 328,000 yen. That's the Phantom Gate. PSA 6 Expedition Charizard for 198,000 yen. Some of the vintage Cardas, Mewtwo here, 198,000 yen for the red version, green versions, 178. Zapdos for 99,800. Articuno, 79,800. Blastoise, close to 200,000 yen. And Venusaur over here. All of them are PSA 10. Oh my god, those are gem mint cards. Sought after cards like the Mew over there at the top at 238,000 yen, and then down below the first promo Kangaskhan for 6.9 million yen. If you're feeling extra lucky today, then you might want to check the Oripas that they have. These are mystery packs, so you don't know what you're going to get. If luck is on your side, who knows, you might hit the jackpot card. There is a wall here where it's color coded, so if you're looking for a psychic or ghost Pokemon, you can just look at the purple area and you can quickly scan what is available. You can actually see that Mew right here for the fire types. You can see the red and the green at the top. And then down below would be the blue Pokemons or the water types and ice types. This is quite cute. Look at that Charmeleon for 80 yen only. And more right here. Oh, all right. I think we're going to buy one. This is the Mega Gengar for 780 yen only. We're going to double check if we are reading things accurately. Hi, showcase. Hi. All? Yeah. I'll check.
Could I check, okay?
Okay. We have secured one Gengar now for our trip. And by the way, just to let you know, each person is limited to 4 copies on each card. Alright? So you cannot buy all of them. I just confirmed it with the staff. Now let's bring back our focus to the hunt. We are seeing a lot of modern cards in here in very reasonable prices, I would say. I'm not a professional when it comes to this, so I might be wrong, I might be right. Feel free to correct me in the comment section. Look at this Blaine for 680 yen, and the one on its right is at 2,580 yen. I am really left out the Pokemon world, but because look at this one, I have no idea who is this, but it looks like it's from Dark Continent in Hunter x Hunter, if you know what I mean. Look at the SAR holes here for 16,800. Eevee for 3,980. I think the price depends on the condition of the card because they have a grading system here. Letter A, A minus, A minus. So yeah, definitely there is a grading system here. Another display cabinet here has a Gengar, but we already have this SR for 3,980 yen, and we got ours for around 2,500 yen, I think. I might be wrong, I might be right, but we got it at Book of Super Bazaar. I'm not actually planning to do double cards in our collection. If I have that version of that Gengar card, I'm more than happy enough. I feel like we need to burn more time in this store. Look at that Zapdos for 1,680 yen only. Ah, interesting. Look at that Lugia, 180. and 780 yen. A very chunky VMAX Pikachu for 3,480 yen, right next to a Raichu at 180. Yo, this card is so dope, but for 12,800, definitely not for me. Misty for 16,800 and more right here. I'm not familiar anymore with other Pokemons because I've only played the first gen. I have a slight memory of me playing the green, red, and blue. Definitely, I have that. But compared to my experience with the silver and gold version, I can only remember few of them. Crazy. They have this for 4,480 yen. And I'm seeing a lot of Pikachus here. Look at that. VMAX, they have it as well for how much? 2,580 yen. And I'm actually considering adding some Pikachus in our collection aside from Gengar. Solely because of the Pikachu McDonald. I kind of like the controversy about it. Not because it's good. Actually, it's bad. It has a bad reputation and experience here in Japan. And if you're not yet aware of what happened there, people camped out for the McDonald's promo. And what happened is that people are buying left, right, while wasting food, which is totally bad. Not just here in Japan. Well, generally speaking, it's bad to waste food, right? However, I'm thinking in adding some in our collection, probably one or two, just because of the story behind it. Look at this Gengar tag team for 22,800 on your right, while the one on your left is at 19,800. Obviously, this is wild when it comes to my budget for these cards, so I'm not going to buy it. We have this one actually, and it sits in our collection as the most expensive Gengar card that I have right now. That actually speaks a lot about my collection. We have a strict budget on this. Oh, this is quite cute. Look at that Mew for 9,980 yen only. Tons of Pikachus here, man. You know what? I think it's best if we're going to run a montage instead. In 3, 2, 1. It feels like they heard us when I said I wanted to buy Gengar, and he's the only Pokemon that I'm currently buying because they have a lot in here in different prices and grades. For example, this one is in grade C for 5,980 yen. B plus is at 24,800. So for me, who's just going to put this in our binder, buying a C card is more than enough. The question is, but I'm still torn about this one for 5,980 and I'm going to think about it first. We are now heading in the vintage section, and unfortunately, most of them are blanks already, but they have some Gengars here like this one, but for 22,800 yen, that's just too much for us. But still, it's nice to see it. Have a look at this first gym of Charizard. Blaine's Charizard for 45,800 yen. I have no idea what kind of Mewtwo is this one, but it's so cool, man. For 2,980 yen. And then the one on your right is a 3,480. The upper part, it's a Moltres. First R. I'm not sure if it's Team Rocket. Let me know in the comment section. But it's currently listed for 2,980 yen. It will really take a lot of time for me to know more about these Pokemon cards because I know it's just too much, especially for a grandpa like me. Have a look at this Team Rocket card, but it features Gengar. I already have this. I bought this back in Philippines. I forgot the price, but definitely not this high during that time. It was very cheap. A line that is loved by many would be the Expedition. You can see the Charmeleon here for 49,800 yen. More of them. Look at this Charizard for 118,000 yen. Rapidash, it looks good, man. But you can get it for 6,980 yen. You know, as I browse more about these Pokemon cards here in Toreka Camp, it feels like the pricing that they have here is quite high compared to the normal ones. Probably it's because of the location that they have pay. But in terms of volume and quality, they have, you know, it's respectable. But again, in terms of pricing, I don't feel like they have the best one in here. For example, as far as I can remember, I bought our Gengar card like this for around 500 pesos only. And this one is listed for 2,500 yen, which is like more than double than what I've paid for. With those facts, I feel like Toreka Camp is a good place when it comes to volume and quality. Yeah, so if you're looking for the best possible deal, I might say that you're not going to find it inside this store. But if you are in search of promo cards, like for example, these things in front of you, chances are they have it right here. I didn't notice our time while exploring Toreka Camp. That's how good the cards are inside. And I ended up buying that Gengar card. At the end of this video, I'm going to share to you all of the cards that we're going to buy for this episode. Now we have to move to the third card shop, which is Beehive or Bihonten. Don't worry, I'll be putting all the addresses on the description box down below. If you will decide to check them out, you can easily find them. We are finally here in our third destination. It's the Bihonten. The place here looks promising when it comes to the TCG community because there are multiple stores that you can see. The Giraful, I don't know what's the store after that one, but it looks like a TCG. And we're going to check all of them later. But first, let's put our attention here at Bihonten and see what are the cards that we can find or buy. Here we go, boys. It's quite neat because you will be greeted with the PSA slabs right away. And then on the second layer, it's a combination of Pokemon cards, Master Balls, and some of the gym leaders and characters or trainers as they call them. Price range is quite polarizing. It really depends on the card. And then down below, tons of Pikachus for the VMAX from 980 yen up to 1,480 yen. An Expedition for 6,480 yen. 25th anniversary, 15,800 yen. And a lot more. The Pokemon Center Tohoku box is present here for 34,800 and the one on your right is at 31,800. I really don't know what's the difference. How come they don't have the same price? But most probably it all boils down to its condition. But me, it seems like they're quite the same. They have a strong case when it comes to the vintage collection because I think this is the largest one so far that I saw in a single store. Look at that, Blastoise for 4,980 yen. Yo, this is quite cute. It's my first time encountering this. I'm not sure if it's called an art card or illustration card. Let me know in the comment section. But for 178,000 yen, it looks dope. And Dragonites here. Price range, it really depends on its condition. Now, moving forward to our deal and collection, they have a Dark Gengar, but for 21,800 yen, this is just too much for me, boy. So it is sad and safe to say that we're going to pass on this one, unfortunately. Look at this cute Snorlax for 4,980 yen. And of course, we're going to show you what's in store here. Moltres, Onix, Charmander, Ninetales, Paras, Tangela, Butterfree, they're here, Raichu, Electabuzz. Alright, that's cool, that's cool. Team Rocket Charizard at 14,800 yen, that's the cheapest. While the most expensive one is the one at your left side at 24,800 yen. Entei has a strong and dominant presence when it comes to its drawing. And you can get it for 3,980 yen. Bihonten has a lot of Pikachus and I'm kind of eyeing two cards right now and later I'm going to share and show them to you. On top of the glass cabinets, they have some singles out here. Upon your checking, you can definitely buy one for how much? 50 yen only without the tag price. But the problem is they totally look like used cards, so the condition is not going to be the best out there. Definitely. But look at this one, you know, cute, right? 50 yen. However, there are some cards with tag price like 280 yen for this Mr. Mime, Doodoo, Electabuzz, Rattata for 180 yen. This means we are pushing our luck to find hopefully a Gengar card. It feels like this single bin here has been totally curated already, so I don't think that we're going to find anything that we want. Overall, this Bihon 10 actually has a decent number of vintage cards up to modern. And they also have a more reasonable price compared to Toreka Camp. Definitely, this is going to be a card shop. They have some Pokemon posters here. Let's have a quick look. Boxes, alright. Some packs available. In terms of volume, the available cards here are not that much. However, in terms of pricing, I think they're quite competitive. Have a look at this Ghastly with Gengars and Hunters for 1,800 yen. We saw some cards like this around 2,000 above. So I'd say this is quite attainable, I would say. This is a cute EX Kangaskhan for 3,500 yen. First time encountering it. Some Mew EX are in bargain price. As you can see, 72 yen and 80 yen. Look at this Mewtwo with Giovanni for 5,000 yen. That's the color gold EX. The one on your right is 2,520 yen. Unfortunately, that is it when it comes to the Pokemon cards, but they shine when it comes to the anime cards like One Piece, Monkey D. Luffy, 1,280 yen. 4,280 yen. Nice ace in here for 1,280. Honestly, I am blind when it comes to the One Piece card game, and I am just casually showing things to you that are in our face right now. Look at that Shanks for 7,000 yen. Those are the card shops that are recommended over YouTube, and we ended up buying for our collections. Now we need to head back to our hotel to rest, and then I'm going to show to you the cards that we got. We are finally back in our base in Kuretake in Premium Nagoya, and as promised, I'm going to share to you the cards that I bought. We only got 3 cards and I got them at the second and third store. At Toreka Camp, I was able to buy this Mega Gengar EX for 780 yen only. It is actually our first time to encounter this at this price range, and there's no way that I'm going to pass on it and add it in our collection. Second and third card, it's our first time to finally break our rule of buying Gengar cards only because I cannot pass on these Pikachu cards. They're quite controversial because of the history behind it during their release. This is a promo card from McDonald's and Pokemon. And this Pikachu card was supposed to be released for 3 days, but because of the crazy demand behind it, it only happened for a day. And just like what I've said a while ago, a lot of food was wasted, and McDonald's around Japan were flocked by resellers. We got these 2 cards for 8,460 yen, and if you're going to convert it to Philippine peso, that's around 3,200. For me, that is a good deal already because back in our country, in Philippines, a single card for around 3,000 pesos. And I got these 2 for around 3,200. So I guess that's a good buy already. And definitely, this 2 will go to our binder for I don't know how many years. Folks, please let me know what you think. Did we make good decisions when it comes to buying cards? What are your thoughts about those stores that we visited? Plus, if you're not yet subscribed in our channel, please do hit the subscribe button down below. It will really mean a lot to me and you're definitely going to help me moving forward in creating more content like this. But if you're not yet ready to do that, it's totally fine. You being here watching our videos is more than enough already. That sums up our entire episode for this Pokemon card hunting in Nagoya, Japan. I do hope I was able to help you with the tid and bits of information out there. And I'm looking forward to see you again in the next few days. Mad Corner, I'm out.